the fallout of the Ogun primaries by the APC, and joining us on Sunrise Daily to help us understand some of the back and forth that we've seen over the past couple of days now is the former Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Olusegun Adesegun. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on Sunrise Daily.
Good morning.
What's your assessment of the results and the pronouncement by the NWC chairman that led that panel, Mr. Mohammed Indaba, about Abiodun Dapo coming out as the preferred candidate, or should I say now, the winner, according to the NWC?
First, let me thank you for allowing me to speak on these issues. There are quite a lot of positions adumbrated by different people, and I think I watched a program about 2 days back when a commissioner of Ogun State on Earth came and spoke on the elections. The first thing that we need to get right is who are those competent to speak on such issues, or else we will be making terrible mistakes that are tenacious and could lead to crisis. We are talking about a party issue. Party issues are to be handled by party officials, and this is very sacrosanct. Irrespective of whatever anybody might say, the present commissioner for health is well known to me. Very brilliant person. Is he
not a member of your party?
He is a member of the party, but he is making some categorical assertions. When you make categorical assertions, you must be competent. You must be competent. It is a party affair, and I don't really want to go too much into what he has delved into. But if the party, in its wisdom, sent down people to come and conduct election, it is in the power of the party to do it. It is not in the power of anybody in government. I have served in government and I've served at the highest level of the party, and I know what it means. It's a very delicate thing, but one must be very mindful so that you don't get overdriven by the ego that you are in government, because the party knows the rules. And the article of the constitution of APC which I've brought specifies who can handle or organize elections. Only those who can organize them can speak on such issues. I just want us to be very clear about it. If anybody speaks, I might listen, but it has no meaning. It is when the man that is authorized to speak, that is when you take it as an issue. So all that has been shown out to me are pure sentiments, ill-motivated, and serves no purpose.
So at this point, the primaries has brought out two candidates at the end of the day. And the NWC says that everything that must be announced as results in this election must come under the NWC.
Yes, right.
And not any other recognized body, unrecognized body, rather.
Thank you.
Where does that place the two candidates that have emerged?
Of course. The one announced by the NWC is that Abiodun. That's the candidate. That is the candidate. You see, the point I'm trying to make is that politics is punctilious and people have too many tendencies. If you allow all the tendencies to be speaking, you are going nowhere. Somebody must speak, and when he speaks, it's definitive, irrespective of all the sentiments attached. The party speaks. And another thing is this. In my coming here today, I'm going to be very careful in my choice of language because we are talking about our party. Most of these things are to be internalized, not to go to the public.
Okay, so let's talk about the guidelines. Can the guidelines now determine who the actual winner of this election is?
Of course, the guideline is specific. The guideline is specific. No governor has any power in the constitution of the party to organize, even talk about election matters. No governor. No governor, no official of the party. Even the guideline even speaks that on the day of election, only party agents and the presiding officers have the authority. So if anybody speaks, he's speaking because he wants to speak, or perhaps he wants the public to know him. He is not speaking for the party. People should get this thing crystal clear. Who is competent to speak? Very important. Because it is the person who is competent to speak, when he speaks, that is the one that has the force of the law.
So are you now discontinuing the Yewa group that carried out that election?
I want to be very careful because when you use the word Yewa group, Yewa group is not relevant here because I'm an Ijebu person. I can also say Ijebu group, but we're talking about the party APC in Ogun State.
Okay.
Only one person has the right.
The party, now that the party has carried out an election, the primaries was successful, likely, and the candidate emerged, and it was announced. Before then, there were concerns about the process being hijacked by the NWC. Why then did the NWC have to postpone the election 3 times and raise that kind of suspicion to make the party in your state believe that they had an ulterior motive coming to Ogun State to conduct elections?
Yeah, thank you very much. We are still back to the same thing. Like I told you, only one person is competent to speak, and that's the National Working Committee. In fact, if you go down the rules of the party, the rules and guidelines for primaries must be approved by the National Executive Committee. The National Executive Committee includes the National Working Committee and governors. And that's where the work ends. If anybody, out of sheer courage, goes to the public to say he has organized primaries, it has no meaning. Only one has meaning, the one that was sent down from the National Working Committee of the party through the chairman, who is supposed to coordinate all activities.
But are you not concerned about the processes? I mean, my colleague asked you about what you think about the NWC postponing the primaries.
Yes, I can speak about that.
So what's wrong if the processes are so important? Why are you now saying that it's just the announcement of the NWC?
Now, I can allude to that. You see, I'm also a party man, and I told you I've worked within I've served at the highest level of the party, so I know the way it operates. For example, when did we go for the National Convention where Oshomole took over? It's just within a period of 4 or 5 months. And they're trying to organize primaries. All these things are heavy duties to be conducted. So occasionally, you may not work according to the timetable, but all those that must be informed will be informed. This is different from somebody.
So no, I want to get you right. So because the national chairman came in just 4 or 5 months ago.
The entire body.
The entire body came just 4 or 5 months ago. Therefore,
so a lot of load.
Therefore, the processes can.
There could be some. There could be some fine tuning. Like for example, delay in release of materials, delay in collection of it. But all those who are involved would definitely know, and those who are involved, gentlemen, are only the contestants, not government officials.
Chief Adesegun.
No, I'm not the chief.
Okay, Prince Adesegun.
Yeah.
You said minor mistakes.
Not minor mistakes.
You say little things.
Movement of materials
can cause processes to be altered.
Like, if we say the election is to hold for 12 o'clock, it might hold at 1 o'clock.
Okay, so little processes can cause the process to be altered, and as far as the end of
not the process to be altered, can just change the timing.
And then,
for example,
if the members of the party are complaining about it, it doesn't matter.
No, when the members of the party complain about it, we will all know. But who is competent to complain on the day of election? These are the points I want you to get right. Only party agents
can complain.
So in representing the aspirants, not governor, not commissioner, not me, no other person.
So are you saying that in this case, in Ogun State, in the case of Ogun State, no agent complained? It's just the governor that's complained?
To the best of my knowledge, I have not seen them. I just see a lot of hoopla in the press, and I'm not worried about that.
Why all of a sudden have you lost confidence on the chairman of the party, Adams Oshomole?
I have not lost confidence in the chairman of the party.
Then when you submitted here that they are just about 5 months, the whole structure is just about 5 months, that's an indictment.
No, it's not an indictment.
Then what is it?
Everybody knows what took place in APC.
So you prefer that the governor of the state now does the elections?
No, it's not. That's not.
Because I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand.
That's not my imputation. I want us to square the questions and the answers so that we don't bring in extraneous issues. The question he asked was, why do we have problems? And I said, we can't have problems because of the timing. And the entire ESCO or National Working Committee has just been sworn in. All of us were there, and they have to organize these things. So in organizing it, little things like when does the ballot come in? If the ballot is supposed to come by 12 and it comes by 12:30, party members will not worry.
Okay.
Nobody will worry.
Let me come in.
Even INEC that has all in the world,
were ballot
of a
papers
period of 4
used?
years, they still have problems.
Let me come
We
in.
call them logistics problems.
Okay, my colleague is asking, were ballot papers used for this?
Of course, ballot papers were used.
Okay.
Is it part of the party guidelines?
Yes, specific. That's what I'm telling you. I have brought the constitution because a lot of people keep talking and I keep laughing.